Hi friends, this is a pretty often requested thing I have, and that is a please make a video on how to do power metal screams. So here I am, I'm going to teach you my approach to them. I'm going to try to cover everything for people who aren't super trained in singing, so if there are some things that you already know in this, I'm very sorry, and if you have no idea what you're doing, well, this is for you. I'm going to try my best to help you here. Okay. So first things first, you have your diaphragm, which you find that by finding the upside down V in your rib cage. So I'll show you here. That is the V, and the diaphragm sits right in there. There's also a second one further down, but the camera's too high and I can't show you. So you find that, and you want to work on the strength there. And so the way you do that is like harsh breathing exercises and blowing very hard as if you're blowing out like a line of candles. So that's really important to work on. So the diaphragm gives you your power, and then your jaw and all of this is where the notes are going to resonate. So you need to make sure that there's enough space for the sound to be as big as you want it to be, because that's what we're here for, right? We want to sing powerfully. So first things first, you got to stretch out your tongue and your jaw and just kind of make sure everything's nice and loose. What I like to do is the following. That would be making everything as big as possible, making everything as small as possible, chewing really big, invisible fake caramels in your mouth to kind of, you want to, like, when you open your jaw, this wants to come down like this instead of opening out like this, or rather like this. So you want, like, imagine you're a snake trying to eat, like, a big mouse or something. So you want to, like... Okay, secondly, to actually start the more, like, sound warm-ups, I have this thing that I always do, and my drummer always laughs at me, but you want to take this cackling witch sound like ah! It's very, very bright nasally. It resonates in your sinus chambers, the mask in your face. So it's another resonant space in your face, and it's a very focused sound. And so you take that sound and you go ah! Over and over again until your entire range is like stretched, and basically you're doing the same thing what you're doing with your face, but to your voice. So that kind of helps wake up your upper ranges if you don't have that normally. I am a mezzo-soprano, probably, so I don't always have G above the staff and above ready to go when I first wake up. From there, you can kind of take that kind of crying baby sound. The thing to remember here is that babies can actually scream all day and they don't lose their voice because they haven't developed any weird like breathing techniques, any weird like mouth facial shapes. So babies basically don't give a shit about what they look or sound like. They just want attention and food and whatever else they want their diaper changed. So you take your baby sound and you do things like this. And then in order to get that grit that we like, that Rob Halford likes, that Sebastian Bach likes, the way I approach this is I use a speech level singing set of warm-ups that I learned from the Brett Manning Singing Success technique. A lot of this is super hard, strong mix. What we call is like when you blend your chest voice and your head voice. I know that a lot of opera-trained vocalists will rely more on their head voice, but I have never liked using my head voice. So I came up with my own damn technique. So we take this speech level singing thing and you go, yeah, 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 yeah. So what you want to think about is like when you see hardcore frontmen walking around like, what the fuck is up? Let me fucking hear, you know, like that really aggressive, blah, blah, like dumb sound. And like they're like, the tone of their voice is super dark, and it's not bright like this, but it's very dark. So you want to like kind of bear that in mind and go, yeah, 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 and take it higher, yeah, 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 yeah. So you hit the high do, mi, sol, do, 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 do. You do 3 clean ones, and then you do 3 gritty ones, and you alternate so that you know exactly what it feels like to do it perfectly clean and perfectly gritty. So like, yeah, 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 etc. And if you're having trouble getting that grit, mine resonates like right in this sort of hollow of my throat at the base. In order to get that power, you take your note and you lean more into it, almost as if like you feel like you're about to be attacked, and so your entire like core muscles kind of tense up. That is how you support that grit. And so in order to get that to work on your diaphragm strength, as I said before, the breathing thing is really good, but I also do like very strong heys, like hey, 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 as if somebody has just walked by and taken my wallet, and I have to yell at them down the street like, hey, come back. And so that's basically that's how you build that power. And so with that, you can do things like etc. That doesn't hurt, by the way. So if it hurts, stop. Have some tea. I made a video for how to take care of your voice on my other channel, which I'll post a link to. But I hope this has been helpful. If it has, or you know someone who would like to see this, don't forget to share it with your friends. Hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.